Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to a brand new TW video, a special one, because it is the fact we are doing our Blood and Guts pay-per-view. I feel like the last couple of weeks, the last couple of shows, I've certainly gotten a bit of a rhythm. It's been a really enjoyable save, one that's been very difficult to put down, which is good. That's what you want with any save, is, you know, that feeling like a lot of book more, so that's good to see. But we go into this one, as obviously we enter the third year of the save, and it'll be our third Blood and Guts. So we're going to have a wee quick look over and see what's different and what's changed and what we've done historically. So the first time we've done this, we had a 73 rated show in front of 21,678 fans. That main event was the Blood and Guts match that saw the Inner Circle, and it's full guys: Chris Jericho, Santana Ortiz, Hager and Guevara, taking on Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, Cody, Matt Hardy and Matt Jackson. I think there was an issue with Nick at the time, and I wasn't sure where I wanted to position him, and then he was back. I can't remember, it was obviously at the start of the save, but he faced Pac, as you can see, with the Lucha Bros in Fatal 4-Way Tag action against Private Party, SCU and Hybrid 2, and we crowned Lance Archer our TNT champion. And what's quite mad when you look at it, MJF versus Jungle Boy was a 56. I somehow don't think that happens now. But that's quite cool to look back at. Obviously that would have been the first month of the save. That would have been literally as the game came out, pretty much, or as this first working mod we really got back then. Fast forward, if we scroll way down, our main event was MJF against Jon Moxley. That's when Moxley kayfabe injured MJF, but that main event only delivered a 76, and we did have a lot of boosts, hence the score was so high compared to the poor main event. Our Wargames match in this instance was the Inner Circle, which was Guevara, Santana Ortiz and Hager, taking on Cody, Chris Jericho, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. I don't know one of Dustin's last matches, I believe. We also had AJ Styles versus Pac. Quite crazy to think we had AJ for a year already. We had Brodie Lee take on Kenny Omega, and we had Claudio Castagnoli retain the TNT Championship against Brian Cage. Hangman versus Kenta was a year ago, so it just shows how much unluck, or bad luck I should say, that's more English, that Kenta's had. That the fact is, like, he's had that program and he's pretty much been suspended since in rehab, so hopefully we get better stuff for Kenta. But you can see there, Hangman was putting in a 92 performance. But that was then, and this is now. I've kept it with the C-list celebrity and the 500k special set that we had for this particular show. It makes sense, is because you're obviously having the altered set for the Blood and Guts match itself, you know, for the cage, so we'll go with that, and we'll just have like a C-list celebrity in the area. We're going to be on Dish Network, we're going to be on Dish Mexico, and we're going to be on Star Choice. And the event itself is going to last 3.5 hours. We have booked out everything. A lot of the matches do go along to give people time. And we're in Pittsburgh. We are in the Hinesfield, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 68,100. We're expected to get 68,366. But the way the game works out, I expect us just to be shy of a complete sellout. So 3 matches in the pre-show, 20 segments on the show itself. Let's do this. Let's start. AEW Blood and Guts 2022. So as you can see, we've done it. 68,111 at the Hinesfield. We've sold it out. Get in there. Gives me a bit of optimism that, you know, maybe in this save, if the industry's in a better nick because it's in a massive decline, we could see, especially in the US, we could be targeting those achievements of the 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 fans. So that'll be interesting. But anyway, pre-show matches, we'll dabble through them quickly. I had Claudio Castagnoli defeat Brian Cage in 12-14 with a neutralizer. This was a 65 rated match. I think we had to keep Brian Cage strong. Yep. But anyway, Claudio with a win. We had Fatal 4-Way Women's Action. We had Thunder Rosa defeat Natty Neidhart in her debut. Bea Priestley and Priscilla Kelly in 11:48 when Thunder Rosa pinned Bea Priestley with La Rosa. A 51. No Gimmick was debuted by Natalya, which was great. The reason for Natalya's signing, I think you need an experienced head with psychology that can help the lesser talents in the division obviously improve. We obviously have got a lot from WWE, but there is some that need a lot of work, so having Natalya in there can certainly help them in terms of having good matches. But it makes her look strong. She doesn't get the one that get pinned. That's obviously Bea Priestley. Thunder Rosa is somebody we want to push, and we're to keep Natalya strong in this one. And the final pre-show match, decent, with the Hardys. Matt and Jeff defeat War Machine in 10:29 when Jeff Hardy pinned Hansen, following the usual twist of fate Swanton Bomb combo. Jeff carried the match with a 77, everyone else was pretty level in performances, but a 72, pretty damn decent considering the age obviously and the physical decline of both Matt and Jeff Hardy. So we start Blood and Guts with the usual hype opening package, where we see a variety of athletes that will be participating in various matches tonight. We hear from Ashley, we hear from Andrade El Idolo as they're about to battle Pac and Saraya in that mixed tag match, just giving their case and saying how it's a travesty that Andrade can come in here with Ashley and just think they own the place. Pac's here to silence them. We just hear Andrade talk about how great he is. We talk about Tommy and seeks for vengeance. He wants a bit of spotlight, and he feels that Chris Jericho is the perfect man to make a statement on. And then we have a whole package on the feud between the Elite and Prince Devitt alongside the New Age Horseman, the formation of the Horseman, Kenny winning the championship, and basically everything that's led to this point. But a 90 promo, fantastic. The opening contest of the evening was exceptional, and it saw us get off to a good start as Darby Allin defeated MJF in 22:20 with a coffin drop. Darby with 88, MJF with 96. MJF seemed off his game. That's crazy, off your game, but a 96. And Darby's gimmick's getting a little bit stale. Just an 82 though. I don't know why that is, because we gave them time. Well, MJF had to be kept strong, that's probably why. But I just feel like it was a great opportunity to make a start off of Darby, like properly get him to the highest level we can get him to. And it gives MJF a reason to seek a bit of vengeance. As he does in the next segment, as Wardlow joins him alongside Ricky Starks and Mark Quinn, the full of the Uprising decide to beat the hell out of Darby Allin. 84, MJF looks excellent, Darby Allin was fantastic, Mark Quinn came out of this not looking particularly great, but gets a bit of exposure. We then moved on to that tag match, poor match. It was Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and the Luchasaurus defeating Humberto Garza and Garza Jr. in 9:29 when Jungle Boy pinned Humberto Garza. Humberto was a weak link, 66 here. Well, obviously you'd want to debut guys and give them victories. I just feel like we need to keep Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus particularly strong, and it gives Garza and Garza Jr. a bit of frustration coming out of this, but 66, still decent, and that was our storytelling match of the night. We then move on to a title change, and it was a terrible matchup that saw Fight Camp Daria Berinato and Layla Hirsch of Fight Camp defeating Hikaru Shida and Riho in 9:03 when Daria submitted Shida with a modified Gogoplata after blatantly cheating, meaning your new AEW Women's Tag Champions are Fight Camp. 61's pretty damn good. Good performances there, Daria and Layla with a 57 and 52 respectively. I felt like in this instance, we really need to try and get Shida and Riho up there with your Ashleys, your Sarayas, your Mercedes. So get them out of the tag division and get that title belt on to Fight Camp, obviously avenging Shayna Baszler, who obviously is now officially retired in game. So alongside Shayna Baszler, Daria and Layla celebrate. And that was a 60. More action in the AEW Women's Division. It was a decent matchup that saw Kairi Hojo defeat Mercedes Varnado in 13:04 with a spear, meaning we have a new Women's Champion as well, all changing the Women's Division. A very respectable 72 matchup despite Kairi being off her game. Yeah, I just felt like, do you know what, it was a good opportunity to give it to Kairi Hojo, and I feel like Kairi can carry this championship going forward. So a good matchup between these two. Really happy with that. And after it, Mercedes takes her frustration out on Kairi Hojo, who doesn't get a chance to celebrate, which sees Bayley come down, chase off Mercedes, saving Kairi from a serious beating. There is always the things between Mercedes and Bayley, and it's almost as if we're setting it up for a match down the line. 65, Mercedes Varnado was a real star in this segment. Next up, we had a bout for the AEW Live Championship, and it had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as Walter defeated Scorpio Sky in 9:58 with the Golden Bomb, meaning that Walter is your new AEW Live Champion. So Sky had it for a good wee while, but it was time to put it on the big man, and I can't wait for him to have some stellar defences on the Lightning brand. A 69 though, despite a 72 and a 77. Despite only a difference of 8 overness between them in most places, yes, Scorpio wanted to be kept strong, so that's hampered the rating a little bit, but some good action nonetheless, and a good win for Walter. We then had that matchup that we've been waiting on for a while. It was a superb matchup as Andrade, Alilo and Ashley defeated Pac and Saraya in 18:05 when Andrade again got the better of Pac with a brilliant driver, winning. Pac carries the match as he's a 92. Good performances from Saraya and Ashley, both with 79s. Andrade with an 80, gives us an 82. My only concern is I think Andrade might be pop capped, which was easier to break patches ago in 1.33 at least, which I'm using at the moment. That'll give you an idea of when I've recorded this. Not so much easy to break through it, so he may have reached his ceiling, but we'll keep trying. Within a good matchup, but saw El Generico get the win over Sammy Guevara in 14:46 by a brainbuster. 80, steal the show. Simple matchup just to get Generico up to kind of Sammy's overness level, because he's been in WWE for a while, so he's not been particularly over. I've got an idea of where I want to go with the Generico character, which may see Sammy appear. We'll see. But one Sammy to another. But 69 performance from Generico, 87 from Sammy Guevara. Generico is getting better at his gimmick. Overall, solid. We then had the superb matchup between Chris Jericho and Tommy End. Jericho winning in 13:52 with the code breaker. So an 80 here, 94 for Jericho, still adjusting to the product brilliantly since they changed it way back. And I love to put Tommy End over, but Jericho's overness is just far too high for him to job to Tommy End. I feel Tommy needs a bit more of a build-up, which I can certainly look to do. But for now, Chris Jericho, even at the stellar age of 51 in-game, still up there with the best of them. I don't even know if he's getting physical decline. Surely Jericho must be in physical decline. Ah, yes. And it was capped because it was a short match length, but you don't want to give Jericho 20-minute matches at that age. And after the matchup, Chris is beaten down by Andrade El Idolo, who wants to maybe make a statement off of Jericho. Not too much is said from Andrade. I guess we need to find out those actions on either Dynamite or Lightning. But yeah, Andrade is keen to make a name for himself now in AEW after moving to Andrade El Idolo from La Sombra al Mas. Next up was the Tag Team Championships on the line. It was a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, with Proud and Powerful defeat the Lucha Bros in 17:36 when Santana pinned Pentagon Jr., meaning Proud and Powerful are your new Tag Team Champions. They're our second ever two-time champs. Disappointing it was only 82, but that was because of the match only going 17 minutes, so it's capped, and a lack of psychology between the two teams, which I'm quite shocked at, but well, there you go, just goes to show you. But yeah, the whole thing with Phoenix has obviously put kind of a bit of pressure to put the titles on Proud and Powerful, and we'll monitor what happens with Phoenix going forward, but overall happy. Penta was happy to do the job. Yeah, just a few negatives there, but overall I'm happy, but at the same time sad, because I felt like that could have easily pushed a bit higher, but I did restrict the length, so that makes it understandable. Next up, we had a superb matchup that saw Hangman Page defeat Miro in 21:20 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. Hangman makes defense number 1 of the AEW TNT Championship. So this one was an 80. I wanted to put the title on Miro, but I would only give it to Hangman in my last set of booking, which was like a month. That was his first title defense. I felt like, yeah, you can't have Hangman drop it straight away. So I'm going to have to make Miro really dangerous over the next couple of months if he is to take this title belt. But you can see the difference in performances. Miro's maybe get a wee bit more to go to get there. Or Hangman's just too high for a TNT Championship. That's possible as well. After the matchup, Miro just basically freaks out, just says, you know, he said to cheat. He just says, mark my words, Hangman Adam Page, next time I get my hands on you, I'm going to break your neck, basically. 87, so the promos are there with Miro, so hopefully this programme has maybe gave him a bit of overness and maybe breaks him into the 70s. We then had the Mixed Tag Team Championships on the line in our co-main event, I believe. It was a good matchup that saw Adam Cole and Dr. Britt Baker D.M.D defeat Sir Brodie Lee and Anna Jay in 17:31 when Britt Baker pinned Anna Jay. This means that Adam Cole and Britt Baker are your new AEW Mixed Tag Team Champions. So fantastic stuff there, a 79 overall. I feel now it's time for Anna Jay to go as a singles competitor, and I can work some different stuff with Sir Brodie Lee. In terms of Adam Cole and Britt Baker, it's a great opportunity to get Britt over to the levels that she probably should be in this game, and I've not particularly done that. So she'll be able to obviously get over here. Hopefully her overness will then rub off to the rest of the Fashion Empire, get them over as well, and it gives me a good programme for Adam Cole in All Elite Wrestling. They celebrate, and that gets a 77, so well, it's not massive ratings. The 77 will certainly rub some overness on the Britt, which is good, with her being with Adam Cole, and I think it's main event, straight into the main event match, so here goes, possibly. It might be a promo, I can't remember. Nope, it's a match. Superb matchup. The New Age Horseman, Cody Rhodes, Ace Austin, AJ Styles and Pete Dunne defeat Kenny Omega, Prince Devitt and the Young Bucks in a Wargames match at 34:52 when Cody Rhodes made Matt Jackson tap out. I did fear it wasn't going to be the best because AJ, Ace and Pete's overness isn't particularly great. Cody's is fine, Devitt's is fine, Bucks are alright, Kenny's is fine. You can see the ring performances, the three there that are under 8. Pete Dunne, AJ Styles, Ace Austin. A 78, I think might lose a bit of pop here, but as long as it draws well, the storyline makes sense. It's more about making money in the game now, rather than the ratings were high enough where we need to be. And after the matchup, Cody Rhodes adds insult to injury by putting Matt Jackson through a table. Just felt adding that angle, to be fair. Just getting some more heat. Cody Rhodes, so a 78 there. I think we'll probably maybe look at an 82 for a show, maybe. Oh well, that's good. 84, it's a lot higher than expected, so the angle, the 90, certainly saved us. And probably some of the other angles have maybe saved us as well, having 3 strong angles. But 84 overall, the boost obviously with the special set maybe helped, and the celebrity and the show. It's just 3 regions. We don't broadcast our pay-per-views everywhere, so a lot of places and like the lesser ones won't get that. Obviously we have the AEW Live network, but I've got to think we need to make money off pay-per-view first. Well, that's still a good position, and then AEW Live. AEW Live will predominantly take over everything eventually. As I say, it's going to get Dynamite in a couple of weeks. I just need to keep expanding that, because there's more people going to view it through this pay-per-view provider than there would be AEW Live. But I'm happy with that. As I say, it's told a lot of stories. Yes, I do want the 100 match, but realistically I wasn't going to get 100 match there. Proud and Powerful was my best shot there. But I still feel we're working towards good progress. And we'll see what happens. We hit the main screen. There shouldn't be too much here. And then we'll have a wee discussion, and then I'm going to move on in our day, because it's the half-term rewards, basically. So, fantastic feedback, which is good to see. WWE offered a contract to Robert Stone. No, thank you. New champion in WW, which is Cheerleader Melissa. And Rachel Ellering has moved to WWE as well. She's going to NXT UK. So Dish Network deal's expiring. That's fine. 4 episodes remaining. We'll probably just extend it for like a couple of months and see what we can get, basically, until we're in a better position. 2.3 million viewers and a buy rate of 4.65. So we'll just quickly go to Company Wars. AEW, third in the entire world, by the way. Top 100. So in terms of the show, obviously we've done a lot of great shows now because we were chasing those ratings. You can see the Revolution still stands as our best one at 98. Matches, we never really did anything that would particularly challenge that either. Attendances, but it was our second most highest one after Double or Nothing, which is fair enough, you expect that to be up there. And the buy rate, you can see the difference with changed networks. It's our 8th best one. So not our best work, but I think we can certainly, I think a lot of that is to do with the way the industry is at the moment, so that's fair enough, I can deal with that. You can see there, 37 is the, for both actually, economy rising, wrestling industry's lacking, so it might be a wee while. You can see there, Canada's not much better, Mexico the same, everywhere is kind of like, meh. The wrestling industry's good in Europe, but that's pretty much it. Neither it's not really particularly strong at the moment, so it's something I need to work at. But size-wise we're fine, as I say. America's good, Canada's good, Mexico everywhere is what it is to be, so that's it says also 77 in every region, at least 5 game mates. That's 3 already, 4. So we really need to work on, we pretty much need to work on Japan. Japan will be the one closest to getting to that, but that's your problem there. Shikoku. We actually would be only a couple months away if it wasn't for Shikoku, but we're probably months and months away because that's so far away. And obviously Europe, Oceania, India, a mile behind. Been saying that, there's still been like tremendous gains within a year, we have to remember that. Just a bit disappointing how that was only a 7 gap, it's now a 29 gap. So maybe we need to run a show in Shikoku. Maybe do that off a video, maybe like get a couple of the New Japan guys in and run shows there just to get the overness up. But yeah, apart from that, I just want to have a wee quick look at one thing. Is Darby and Allin now main event talent? Oh, I don't think he's really gained through that match, which is quite concerning. 89, 87, 85, yeah, doesn't seem to have gained out of that. I thought that win over MJF would have helped. And Andrade, yeah, seems like he can't break that 79 to 78 mold, so that's a bit worrying, because obviously he's had some very, very strong matches. You know, he's faced Pac, he's faced Moxley at one point, he had a good run against Moxley, so yeah, a bit concerning that, but it is what it is, I suppose. We'll just need to deal with it and see what happens, but overall, just adds that little extra element to the save, doesn't it? Gives you that wee bit of a challenge to try and get people through that you want to get through. But anyway, I've bothered on enough. Thank you very much for your time today. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. I was going to round that up. No, we're not. I'm not even going to edit that out. We're going to quickly check the rewards. Forgot about that. But yeah, as I say, it always gives you an idea whether you're having a good year or a bad year when you can have a look and see where you're at with this. So we'll have the, as I say, the countdown, the outro later on. But as I say, luckily it's a small database, so it's quite quick. So yeah, wrestler of the year so far is Phoenix. Your company of the year is AEW. Good sign. Team of the year, Lucha Bros, as expected. Match of the year went to Roman Reigns and Ricochet versus Jinder Mahal and Adam Cole. Wow, don't hinder gender. Show of the year was AEW Revolution so far. Young wrestler of the year so far, Anna Jay. Brilliant, that's working out perfect. Her with Brodie Lee. God, do you not split her with him so she can win that reward? That'd be class. Veteran wrestler, Brock Lesnar. Female wrestler of the year went to Charlotte or Ashley Flair, that's good for us. And the independent wrestler of the year went to Robbie Eagles. The Flood has Petey Williams, Murphy and Gentleman Jack Gallagher alongside Silas Young. Daniel Bryan is to enter a new feud with Kevin Owens. WWE Crisis. Have they dropped size? Oh! WWE have dropped to medium. Interesting. The AI is not handling them well at the moment. We are much bigger than them in the US, but as I say, they have that advantage of being fantastically over in Europe, Oceania, And to be fair, if they get a couple of good shows, like, you know, they're back to big and they're fine. So I wouldn't say, oh, we're going to destroy them. It's just they're bigger globally, but they've just not had a great time in the US. So, and they're financially like 142 million. We have 17. Yeah, we're a long way off them, and I need like 31 million just to get the next step in the getting them more over in this particular country with our network. So, long way to go. But the main thing is fun. So now we'll all have the outro. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Leave thumbs up appreciated. Any comments on the save, your own saves, etc. Wrestling in general. Catch you for next Dynamite. Bye bye.